How fresh is that frozen machine processed chicken that's at the grocery store, and is there an alternative to that? My name is Lynn Hinderaker. Thank you for watching us on WOWBIZ TV, and there is an option. It's very interesting. Jim Steffen owns Massena Farms in Bennington, Nebraska. It's about 20 minutes outside of Omaha, Nebraska. Jim, you raise chicken out here at Massena Farms. Are your chickens really fresher than the frozen chickens that most of us see at the grocery store?
Yes, absolutely. As you said, we're very close to Omaha. They're raised right here,
yes,
on this farm, and we do all of our own processing right here.
I can't believe it. This is old school kind of in a way, isn't it?
Some modern things though too.
Some modern things. Yeah. And what's the time frame? I realize some of these frozen chickens that we see, you know, they may be sitting around on a truck, refrigerated truck and so on for weeks or longer. What's your time frame?
Once our chickens are ready, 5 days from this farm to your plate in Omaha.
Pasture to plate, 5 days.
That's right.
Wow. Now that's got to make a huge difference in taste, but let's talk about that in just a minute. How do you get that done? I mean, are you bringing them out of the pasture, putting them on trucks? How do you process them? Tell me a little bit about these chickens.
Our chickens are processed in our own facility right here on the farm.
Okay.
Our people are trained. They do hand processing.
Meticulous,
only.
right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Hand processing only.
Okay. So not machine processed, and then you have a distribution outlet in the Omaha area, and people ultimately get them there. Is that the idea?
Well, we're not in grocery stores yet.
Okay.
We're using what we call a community-supported agriculture model.
Okay.
Where the people order online for delivery next year. These chickens aren't available yet.
Okay, so they wait for the chickens and they order them in advance.
Well, they order in advance, then the chickens come to our retail partners in Omaha.
All right, great. Let's get back to the taste now. I mean, if I'm eating a chicken right now that's only 4, 5, 6 days since it's been out on your pasture here at Massena Farms, does it make a difference? I mean, I'm not sure everybody really would appreciate that. Our chickens are raised on pasture in special coops that we move across the pasture. Movable coops, okay, but they're not compressed together?
Oh, no. There's a lot of room in there. The big factory chicken operations confine them in large buildings. Some say they can get out on pasture, but the pasture is postage stamp size, I'm afraid, in some cases.
Right.
We're very careful not to overuse our pasture. We're moving those chickens on a regular basis so we don't hurt our pasture. We're also feeding these chickens the best available feed, fresh water every day. And because they're not compressed together, they don't have a likelihood of disease, so as a result of that, what, antibiotics? Or no antibiotics.
No antibiotics.
We don't have to use any antibiotics because, as you say, they're not crowded. Yeah. Very little chance of disease. Right. Furthermore, our pastures are absolutely free of pesticides, herbicides. We're not using any chemical fertilizer. Okay, I'm starting to get the picture here. So we're looking at a product that is not only dramatically better tasting because it's dramatically fresher, but also considerably healthier for you to take in. That seems like the kind of chicken I might want to wait for. And of course, that leads us to this community-supported agriculture model. Now, we learn more about this on your website. Yeah, what's the name of the site again? MassenaFarms.com. MassenaFarms.com, and that's where we learn about this CSA ag. But it's all about the local food movement, isn't it? Absolutely. I'm gonna, as you talk about the taste and the health, I'm starting to think about my grandparents. Yes. On my dad's side, all of my aunts and uncles, grandparents came from Cedar County. They raised their own meat, their own poultry. Sure. They cleaned. My grandmother made very sure that the chickens were absolutely perfect. There's something about that old-fashioned flavor that has been lost in the confinement and the efficiency, the mass production. That's right. There's a huge swing in America today back to more of a craft or a smaller scale consumption of local foods. That's right. And here we are talking about these healthy chickens and tasty chickens, flavor first, but they're combined with a modern processing. Is that right? That's right. Very modern facility. This is new kind of production by moving the chickens across the pasture. Yes. They get to forage. We get the benefit of the natural kinds of fertilizer. There are, you might ask, are these chickens available year-round?
I would want to know. I want one tonight.
Fortunately, we're coming into fall.
Yes.
The pastures are about spent, so we can't raise pasture-raised chickens in the wintertime,
Well,
obviously.
that's the constraint of dealing in this local model. You have to go with the seasons.
And the other thing that's important here is in season, we limit the number of chickens on our pasture because we don't want to overuse the pasture. We've got other kinds of livestock. So it's important for people to realize that if they want those chickens next year, or our chickens, they need to order as soon as possible.
Get on Massena.com. Is it MassenaFarms.com?
MassenaFarms.com.
And order your chicken. Get involved with this local community ag model so that you can reap the benefits, not only the flavor, which so many people care about, but obviously the health as well.
That's right. We want to explain this to our customers. We want to get to know these people, and community-supported agriculture is a way to do that.
Well, that's a dramatically different approach towards feeding people and developing a relationship with the supplier of the food that you put right on the table and prepare for your family. Greater flavor, greater health. It's an amazing opportunity for us to get involved. We're out here with Jim Steffen at Massena Farms, just outside of Omaha, Nebraska. Check out MassenaFarms.com. You'll learn all about community-supported agriculture. Thanks for watching. I'm Lynn Hinderaker on WOWBIZ TV.